Let's see if it works.
Photo memory.
Who's that?
Leah.
Oh, yeah? Wow. That's like 10 years ago or so, huh?
Yeah.
See if anyone shows up. So far, we got one. Yeah. Oh, I guess it's me.
Oh. Yep, just you.
Is that you? You couldn't tell. It's real dark. Three. We got three people. Show home videos when we're not trying to do one.
I keep this to myself.
She's showing me videos from like 1,000 years ago of us with kids. Very Pierce. Wow. Hey.
Appreciates it anyway.
Huh?
I'm the only one that appreciates it anyway.
Yeah, that's right. Let's see. Are you there? Yes, I think we're here. Can you hear us? Yo, guys. Oh, are you on this now? Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, how are we going to know what people are writing if you're not on there?
Because you can see it.
I can barely see it. I even got my new glasses. There's Phil Presnell. Good evening.
There's 2 people on here.
There's 5, it says. What's up, guys? I don't know, not much. We just got home, what, a week ago? When did we get home?
A week ago tomorrow.
A week ago tomorrow.
We almost died.
We almost died. We're going to tell you the sad story. I'm surprised anyone's watching us because that football, is the football game going? Or is it getting ready to start or what?
Hey, hello. Ty. Hey, Barry. Hey, Phil.
Of course, there's probably a bunch of people like me anymore that don't care about football, so.
Yep.
I used to never miss a football.
Hey, Jeanette.
Never missed a football game, and now
Yep, it is going.
I never watch a football game.
Yep. I don't even know who's playing, do you?
Well, I think it's the Eagles and the Kansas City Chiefs or someone like that.
Who are the Eagles?
Philadelphia.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
KC behind?
Oh, Kansas City's behind. Oh yeah, I think they always beat the Eagles or something. I don't know. Same here. Well, you know what? The thing, I'll just tell you why I don't like it. It's because the first time they went on strike, it really ticked me off because I was looking really forward to the season, and then they kind of just drug out the whole season. And then the next time they went on strike, they put a bunch of scabs in there, so you were watching high schoolers play football. What, are you going to put that up here so you can sit on my lap or what? Oh. And then I just said next time they go on strike, I'll never watch them again. So that's why I never watch them anymore. So I went on strike 3 times in like 6 years, and I just said, "Do heck with it."
I don't know where you guys are, but it's freezing here.
It's cold here, yeah, tonight.
17-0 Eagles winning against Kansas City.
It's the Eagles.
Hey, Robert Austin. Greetings from Oklahoma.
Yeah, we were there yesterday.
Hey, Amanda.
Bought a Harley yesterday.
I'm sure Jason's within earshot. Hey, Jason.
Where was that we were at? Quinton?
Yeah.
Quinton near Tallahena. We found a new favorite place for Darla to eat.
Like an hour away.
Huh?
An hour away. Hello from Kingman, Arizona.
Kingman, Arizona.
Jeanette Weiss.
We've been through Kingman, Arizona many times now. Someone on here is supposed to be Jane Bray's friend that subscribed today. So I don't know. Only Hitchhiker can.
Howdy, Bill and Darla. Good to see you again. I don't watch NFL due to taking a knee, and nothing was done about it at that time.
Well, yeah. I bought a very unique motorcycle.
Hey, Rosebud.
Very unique one. Because it's a 2004. So in 2003, it was a 18-month. You're not supposed to cough during a fly. During 2002 through 2000, the beginning of 2004 was an 18-month run of 2003s because it was the 100th anniversary. So it was a 2004. It's a Softail. It's an 88-inch cubic inch motor, and it hasn't been messed with. The only thing that's been done to it is the guy put Vance and Heinz pipes on it, which are going to come off. And stock cams, it's a 5-speed transmission. It's carbureted. It does have electronic ignition and a check engine light, but just for the ignition, that's all it has.
Hey, Jason.
So, yeah, it's not beautiful yet, but it will be. And I only paid $2,000 for it. It has 53,000 miles. Is that what it had on it?
I think so.
Yeah, something like that. It runs good and shifts good, but it's too loud, and it just needs to be cleaned up, made to look really good. But part of the problem was he got it stuck in his front yard in the mud, and then he left it sitting outside for a few. He had come there the week before?
8 days before.
8 days. And it just sat outside. He's
from Florida.
He's a friend of his mom let him stay at.
Rented
her house to him, but he's looking to move to Colorado or somewhere. So anyway,
greetings from
Chickens, bro. Chickens.
Oh yeah. Sorry. Still no bikes. Chickens, bro.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good buy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna ride it a lot, but it's probably the lightest big bike you can buy between that and the Dyna. And trouble with the Dyna is the rubber mounted. The way the 2-point rubber mount is, it does a lot of moving around. So it's a solid mount with counterbalances, and counterbalances sound real good. So that's what, if you tear those counterbalances up, it's a big deal to fix. So I think it'll be all right. I'll probably the only thing I'll do to it would be just get it all cleaned up, change pipes, and put some different handlebars on it. You got to have apes. So other than that, no problem. And
Cat and Jason both said, "Oops, why?"
I don't know.
2 eggs.
I don't know. I'll have to tell you.
Uh.
And then we had quite the experience with Quartzsite this year. Yep. Getting there, being there, and getting home. So on the way there, we've had this squeaking in the dash. Hey, Scott, RV bandwagon.
Hey, RV bandwagon.
The squeaking in the TV deal up here, and we had a bunch of wind leaks coming out of the windshield. So we pulled over the side of the road into a rest area, and we pulled everything, the TV out, pulled out all the bracketry, all the mounts, everything, and made some rubber gaskets and mounted it all up in there and put it all back in and fixed that. And then we put some tape, 200-mile-an-hour tape, across the top of the windshield, and that helped a lot, but it was still making noise. We stopped again, did it around the bottom, and got rid of the wind noise. Hey, Johnny.
Hey, Mountain Laurel. Hey, Yanni. Yeah, it's getting stuck in the mud. That's what they said oops about.
What?
2 eggs and mellow cat. They said
Oh.
oops about getting stuck in the
Oh, the bike, yeah. Well, he just dug a trench about that deep. But anyway,
significant.
We got back on the road and we started driving. We were going up. We were on Highway 20, and we started going up this hill, and the motorhome started losing power, and I'm like, oh no. Anyway, luckily we had another fuel filter, so we pulled into this really nasty Valero. It was like all dirt except for right where
and it was so windy,
and it was just dust everywhere. So I just grabbed some diesel fuel in my little gas can, and we headed down the road. We found a spot. We pulled over and we pulled up.
I thought he fixed all that too, John.
Well, I had done a bunch of work to it, but I hadn't done that. Anyway, pulled the fuel filter off, and sure enough, it was plugged up. And we filled it up with new diesel and put it on there, and it fired up, and it ran great. And we made it. We made it to Quartzsite, and then we got everything all set up, and we went, did the Mexico thing. And
that was all fine.
That was fine. We were doing okay then. The food has gotten worse in Quartzsite, if that's possible. And quite a few people were sick there.
Right. But we were fine.
Right. They expanded the tent.
50 more feet.
50 more feet. And the owner of the fireworks company, he really enjoyed it. He brought a young guy with him that runs a store in Wyoming. And he was real cool, Joe. Pyro Joe and crazy Mike. And they spent all their time throwing treats at Cage. He got pretty good at catching them. But it went pretty good in the 5th day.
Halfway through.
Yeah, I started developing before we left here. My arm was hurting. And of course I talked to Dougie D, and he's going, well, you probably got a blood clot in your arm, or you're going to have a heart attack, or you're just going to probably die. And I said, I don't think so. But anyway, we made it there with that. And so I ended up going to a chiropractor one day. And then he said, but he said, come back, like a couple days later. And I went back again. And he snapped my neck and everything. I've never had my neck snapped. But I kind of feel a little better and whatever. But I got real sick. I got what everybody else had. And we were taking ivermectin once a week, trying to keep it away.
He was taking it every day.
So anyway, I couldn't go over the tent. I was so sick. So then this is your story now. You get to finish.
So I finished out the last 4 days. We broke everything down as soon as we could. On the last day, loaded it up in their truck. I loaded up stuff in our truck that we needed to load up, and I got in, reached for the seatbelt, buckled up, put the key in the ignition, and turned the truck on. And bam, my eyes started watering. I had a terrible headache. Everything in my whole body hurt, and it hit me that fast. And I barely got back to the motorhome, and I crawled into bed, and that was it. I was done. I was done for days and days.
So, and by that time, I still hadn't gotten better. We slept for 2 or 3 days.
Yeah. That's still all I want to do is sleep.
And the problem was I was hurling every morning. I was hurling at night. I hadn't eaten anything. I couldn't drink water. It made me sick. It was pretty bad. So I finally got to the point where I was able to, when we got to Quartzsite, we did a whole bunch more work too. That's another thing.
Yeah.
We sealed the windshield in, and now that's awesome. There's another.
Thank you, Ron Sova.
Yes, Ron on here. He saved our yogurt on that one. And then we had to change this other filter, and my arm was killing me. And it's in the worst freaking place in the world. And I managed to get it off and got the seal off. And I got the new seal on. I just could not get the filter to start. I finally did. And we fired it up, and it was great. but then I had that coolant. I found the coolant recovery. When we
Oh,
got to
yeah,
Quartzsite,
another
there
thing.
was coolant coming out of the wheels on the truck, and the whole front of the truck was
From
just
the
like
motorhome.
just blasted with diesel fuel. So the diesel fuel was that filter leaking, and the coolant recovery tank was
Had a
all
crack
cracked.
in it.
So I ordered an aluminum one, and I was sweating. She had to take it off. I couldn't take it off. She had to get under there with an impact and buzz it off. So we got it off, and so the day came when I needed to put that on and get everything all hooked up,
So we could leave.
and leave and get all the covers for the windows and the covers for the tires and get everything put away. And that's what I did. Luckily, we didn't put everything out. We didn't put out the barbecue. We didn't put out the ground cover. We had a few fires this year, but not much.
We had 2 fires.
Yeah. So anyway, I got that all done, and then I came in and I felt really bad. So we stayed one more day, right? And I said,
Tim Baxley.
I said,
PNW.
there you go. We ended up the next morning. I said, if you just help me get the slide out in, which we didn't put our locks on, which the thing could have went flying out at any time. But anyway, we got
all the way back.
All the way back.
We get here and he goes, I never put the locks on.
So anyway, we got everything in, got everything put away, and no, who's that?
Hey, Diana and Brad.
We saw them there. Scotty. Oh.
Back to the store.
It's Scotty. Construction Scotty. So yeah. Good. So anyway, we got up the next morning. We stayed 2 extra days past our monthly time.
Right. Well, so the show was over Sunday. We could have left Monday, but we didn't leave till Thursday.
Right.
So,
and
the other thing was, so our other friends that also worked the tent, they got sick days before Bill did, and they were still in the campground sick and couldn't leave, and they're like our kids' age.
We actually had some.
That's how bad it hit.
Pep Tink, Will, and Wendy that are on here. They stayed a couple extra days longer.
Thank God, because they brought us milk.
Yeah, that's the only thing that I could keep down.
Yeah.
So we got on the road.
Sugar was like,
yeah, it was like in the 400s.
Crazy.
And I couldn't eat anything. I couldn't take my shots. I couldn't even test. I was so messed. I mean, I was
dehydrated.
Had vertigo. I had everything going on.
It was a grand time.
So, and we didn't want to give it to anybody.
No.
So we finally got on the road. Well, we got out, went over. We had to get propane. We had to. You went and did laundry one day.
Yeah, I did that on Tuesday.
Yeah.
I got sick on Sunday, but I told Bill, I'm like, it's not going to get better, so I'm going to go do laundry. We went 10 days without doing laundry. That's a long time. So I did that.
So we got the propane. We got on the road and we started driving, and we got. I think Phoenix was 90 some miles, and we just got a little ways past that.
You did 170 miles the first day.
I don't know how that would have been past Tucson, I think.
No.
Anyway, we were between somewhere. We were near the ostrich thing is where we were close to, I think.
Yeah.
Anyway, we pulled into this rest area about 3 o'clock. And I went in and laid down, and I fell asleep. And the next thing I know, she was in bed, and we were asleep, and the dog was in bed. We were all asleep, and we slept until like 8 or 9 o'clock the next morning.
Yep.
And
for rest stops.
And still sick. Got up, and then we drove to the Lordsburg.
There's a
and it was in the afternoon. Of course, then we get in there, and I'm all screwed up, man. I can't make the turn, and there's an ambulance in the parking lot, I can't get it to turn. And I walked in. I said, "Is there any way these guys would move the ambulance?" They go, "Well, they're like assisting somebody that's dying in here." I said, "Oh, okay, never mind." So we had to unhook the truck.
2 times on the way back, we had to unhook the truck.
We had to unhook the truck, and she drove the truck while I held the bar up in the front. But it was a lot easier than if we had done it the other way. And we got the motor.
Jane, and yes, it was Pikachu. Where the yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Picacho.
Yeah.
I think that's how they say it.
So we got the truck all hooked up, and we went back in, and we went for dinner that night, didn't we, over there in Lordsburg? I think
we did.
At Denny's.
No, we went for breakfast.
Oh, it was breakfast. Okay, yeah. So then we just went in and laid down, went to sleep, got up in the morning, went and had breakfast. It was terrible at Denny's. And then we got back.
I had a bagel. It was good.
We left there and we got back on the road. And I drove all the way to the other side, just the other side of El Paso. And there was another. Normally, you got to understand, we don't stay in a lot of rest areas. We normally stay in
Walmart.
Flying J's
or
Walmart.
Yeah.
We stayed in one Walmart and one Flying J.
But I am amazed at how many Walmarts don't let you stay overnight anymore. It's like increasing every trip we take.
Yeah,
fewer
it's getting
and
worse.
fewer.
So
especially on like from the mid to the east coast. You can just forget that. That's not happening.
Well, that's always been a hit and miss anyway.
It's been worse.
So we got into Texas, went all the way across New Mexico, got into Texas, and went to a rest area just the other side of El Paso. And here we are again, man. We spent another 16 hours in there.
Yep.
And so that's what, day 3. The next day we got up was day 4. And I told her, I said, I just want to get home. And I go, I don't care if I have 2 legs full of blood clots. I want to get home.
You still took proper breaks.
Yeah. But we got out on the road.
We didn't need to add that to our dilemmas.
And we went from just, which would be this side, our side of El Paso, all the way to New Boston, which is past Dallas and all that.
From here.
70 miles south of here. And it was like we kept getting all these warnings, and there was these signs, and she was getting things on her phone. The roads, your road may be shut down, you may be detoured, all this other stuff on Highway 30 because of the flooding. So
it rained a lot while we were gone.
A lot. And we got into, we made it no problem. We went into this Walmart in New Boston, and when we pulled in the parking lot, there was ambulances and sheriffs. I don't know whether someone got shot or what, but we just kind of went over by a couple of trucks and parked.
And then they were gone.
Yeah, and I went to take Cage out. When I went out, they were all gone. And we just went in and laid down, and once I got used to the noise, we were pretty close to the road, the highway. We went to sleep, and we got up in the morning, got dressed, drove 77 miles home, and that was it. It was over with. So I never been so happy to see that blinking light out there on the highway.
I will say, this year, as soon as we got to Quartzsite, everybody was talking. Before we even got there, people that were doing YouTube videos, they were saying, man, everybody's sick, everybody's sick, everybody's sick, everybody's sick. Even out, in the LTVA, they just were all passing it around. And
in the tent, once we got in the tent, it just went through there like wildfire.
It was bad.
Yeah, and Tim, our place is perfect, man. When we got back, it was nothing, not anything wrong.
No
Perfect.
snow, no water puddled up, nothing.
Everything was, if anything, it may be a little bit humid inside because the house had been locked up for a couple of months, and it had gotten so hot, and then it snowed and everything, so it got a little bit humid in there, but very little. So
it wasn't like that. Of course, it's been much colder since we got back now too.
Yeah.
John said, I've been to that Walmart. The sheriff kicked him out.
Really? They said it was okay to stay there.
Well, yeah.
There were probably 4 trucks than us. There were no other RVs. But right across the freeway is that road rage or whatever. That's where all the trucks go anyway. So But
Thank you, Liza Jane. We're very happy to be back. It began to feel like it just wasn't going to happen. I just put it out of my head. So we'll get back maybe in March.
I think the only one that really didn't get sick, and I don't think he felt good, was Cage. He ate so many dang treats, those guys were trying to kill him. Me too. We were all throwing. When you're in there somewhere like this motorhome where it's big, you can throw a treat and you'll catch it.
He's
real good at catching.
So sequestered in that tent because he's there. We have him on a leash, had him tied to the chair because he can't just. He'll see a dog and he'll go after it. In fact, one of the first days there, he pulled the entire chair and everything out to the middle of the walkway, trying to get after a dog, not to hurt him or anything, but
just to meet.
Yeah.
Gosh, my brother came over last night with one of his little Australian shepherds, and I'm telling you, he had his nose so far up that dog's butt. That dog had two tongues go like this. I mean, it was crazy. I don't know what his deal was, but he was really passionate.
There was no truck parking county.
Embarrassed me.
No matter if you're on the road or not. The story sounds like a journey I once made, still kicking.
Well, this is the third bad trip to. The first bad trip was
blood clot.
No, the first time was the COVID. We went through COVID there the first time when it first COVID first started, and I had to drive home real sick. The second year was the blood clot. Last year wasn't that bad.
Well, last year was brakes and.
Yeah, we had more mechanical.
Yeah.
On the way home, we didn't really have any failures. We were pretty good. And then this year, it was just sickness and a bunch of stupid little issues with this motorhome. But I've been kind of dealing with not feeling so good. So I went and bought a Harley. So now I should feel great. Yeah, just too good a deal. I could fix it up a little bit, make some money on it if I don't want to do anything. I felt called to go do this. It was like a total weird deal.
Daryl.
There's Ron Daryl. Howdy. Did you ever go to Ironwood, Ron? Or did you just stay home?
We're very happy that we're not on the road right now. I'm still not level myself.
Sunny Day Pearl? Do you know Sunny Day Pearl?
All I want to do is sleep still. Hey, Sunny Day Pearl, I've seen you on here before. Still sick?
Us? No, not really. We're
very low energy, and I've got a cough still. Bill doesn't because he's got a shot that he has to take once a month that helps with like his breathing, his asthma, and stuff like that. So and today I didn't cough my head off. I have coughed, but not.
That's like the guy that went to the doctor had a horrible cough, constantly coughing. And the doctor says, "Well, what's this?" He goes, "I just can't stop coughing, doc." And the doc says, "Well, here, take 3 of these." And he takes them and he swallows them and he goes, "What were those?" He goes, "Those were X-Lax." And he goes, "Well, what's that supposed to do?" He says, "Well, you're not going to want to cough." So anyway, I could tell them some stories, but I don't want to. Man, and then we hear everybody around here has been sick, but I haven't seen anyone who's sick yet. So I know we were sick.
Well, when we got back, Jess got sick.
Yeah, Jessica, yeah.
Sister-in-law.
So, but here they can go buy ivermectin over at the feed store.
Yeah.
So, hey, Terry Birds.
Hey, Terry. Hey, Wes.
Mellow cat. Laugh out loud. Yeah, so I don't know. Mike already wants to do Quartzsite again next year, and Darla's already said no.
You can go.
And I don't know if I really want to do it either. Well, I have to find some hot chick to go with me.
Any chick will go with you.
Anyone? Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I want a hot one if I'm gonna have to take her with me. Where are you gonna stay? In the house? Leah's? On the road, just not like it used to be. just too
Thank you, Sunny
many
April.
risks to deal with at this point of life. Yeah. Well, we did. Oh, we did have a truck driver try to run us into the center island or the center K rail. Remember?
A what?
A truck driver.
Oh yeah.
He blew his horn at me, and I look over and this guy's coming over onto me, and so I had to swerve, and there was a car in my lane, and he had to go over, and he was just being a jerk, man. It really pissed me off. I mean, I was doing like 60 miles an hour, and of course it was a 65-mile-an-hour speed limit, and the truckers out there in Texas, man, they all want to do 80. I mean, they saw a sign somewhere on the road said 80 miles an hour, so that's the speed they want to travel all the way across country. So I don't know. Truck drivers are not very polite anymore either. So, and that's kind of sad.
That's the other thing I still keep doing is sneezing.
COVID and the flu is going around in our area. Yeah, well, you know,
asleep.
of course, one of the things out there in Quartzsite is they were spraying. The chemtrails were everywhere.
Where's your hat?
Yeah, I know. I know, but you know what?
It was bad.
It was bad, and I mean the sky was like a gray color all the time.
I know Joe got it, and Mike was like sick for a minute, but I don't think that was what we all three had.
Well, Mike got sick when he got home.
Oh, he did? Yeah. So. Yeah, anyway. Thanks, Samantha. Did you? Okay.
We got to get our house done, John.
Terry, what happened was we got to Quartzsite. We had some issues with the motorhome a little bit. Nothing like it's been in the past. Just annoyances. Anyway, and
windshield leaking.
Right. The filter needed replacing.
Fuel filter, the TV.
Like crazy. Anyway, but then halfway through the show, we both got really. Well, Bill got really sick, and then the last day of the show, I got really sick. And it took us 4 days after the show to just get ourselves together to be able to get on the road to come back. So, what did I miss here?
Fast food, hot chip.
Did you like the tent show this year? I thought it was pretty good.
It was not busy.
There was not nearly as much foot traffic this year. Everybody felt the same way.
I felt sorry for the people selling stuff. We were giving away jobs, and so we knew that we were going there to sell nothing. But they're talking about this next year going there and actually selling fireworks. So I don't know what that's going to be. We would not be a part of that. We do our store and that's it. But it seemed like we got a lot of people wanting to do the fireworks, even a lot more than last year. So should be interesting. We'll see how that goes.
I thought you were gonna leave the fast food off your menu. Hot chick, Tim Baxley.
Yeah, Ron. Ronald Sova. He's a really good dude, man.
Amazing.
Him and Lisa both are really, really, really awesome people.
And so are Cupcakes.
Yeah. Well, and who else was there?
Everybody we've met.
Yeah.
Great.
Well, people that go there and hang out, but I mean, you ought to see all that. He told me, I got a couple of things I want to give you for your house. I mean, dang, he gave me just about everything I need. The only thing I'm gonna need is maybe for the toilets, and then the drains for the showers. But I mean, I didn't expect all that. So
Bill's favorite chicken place is Chicken Express.
And we managed to hit one of those on the way home. So
yeah, the one near us that's like 30 miles away ish should be open any day.
Yeah.
Which is like half as close as the next one that's available to us.
30 or 100 miles.
Is that how much Broken Bow is? No.
Oh, Broken Bow is like another 30 miles and then
Yeah.
Ashdown.
Yeah.
But
I
I don't like the
I
one
don't
on Broken
either.
Boats.
I don't
They every time you go in there, it's a mess.
Seems like a lot of people get sick out there every year. That's true, Terry. Daryl said Ronald bragged on you.
Oh, yeah. There's a, the thing was this year it was real windy, and there was just this dust cloud, and there's something called valley fever.
There's valley fever, but then there was also blown dust pneumonia that some people were calling this. So it's kind of like what happened with the Dust Bowl era, and a lot of people died from that because it was blowing dust and it gets down in your lungs and it causes infection. And, yeah.
Anyway. We saw my buddy Ernie and his girlfriend.
Chicken livers, Westburn.
Luckily, we did get to have some fun before the tent started.
Yes, contrails. You are exactly right, Tim.
Well, contrails are different. Contrails.
Chemtrails.
Contrails are water vapor.
Anyway.
Chemtrails are where they're actually spraying us with chemicals. You'll see this very soon. You'll see it released.
Yeah, Ron. They'll talk to him yesterday. He's supposed to either go to his gate yesterday or today or something.
Yeah. So yeah,
we
we'll see.
Heard from him yet.
He's not very happy about that stuff, but I warned him. I mean, that's part of the reason why we're not with Guard One anymore, because they were just
no follow through.
We'd get all these people and gave them the phone numbers and the information, and a week later we're getting called back. Hey, they won't call us. They won't call us. They won't help us at all. And so, when they send us and we go and do all that, and we get people that are excited about becoming gate guards, and then they don't follow up, then it's kind of like, makes you look like an idiot, and I don't like that. Actual contrail. Oh. But actual contrails actually dissipate.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Right, Cherry.
A mile or two behind the aircraft.
Bill's had one too many contrails or maybe cocktails.
No cocktails. I just broke my 24th year of sobriety the other day.
Cocktails for you.
Been sober for over 24 years
now. The most common chems in those trails are aluminum, barium, yes,
right.
And strontium. Not good stuff.
That's got to be West.
It is.
Oh, okay.
West knows.
Yeah. Well, now they're adding all kinds of stuff too, so pretty crazy, man.
Saying they are. I mean, we're not making this up. They're saying they are, but they have good reasons for it. They'll tell you.
Well, one of the first guys that started talking about them chemtrails was Alex Jones, and look at how now everything he's been saying is pretty much coming true. So they did everything in the world to put him out of commission. It didn't quite work. Is everybody excited with what's going on in our country, or are people pretty scared about things?
Ron says, did you buy a bike?
I did buy a bike. I bought a 2004 Softail. I got a super good deal on it. And, I mean, it runs. I mean, what it needs is it just needs to be cleaned and it needs to be serviced.
The guy who sold it nearly cried.
Yeah.
Nearly cried.
And then we got a third of the way home, and he called me and he goes, do you have the keys to the bike? I said, yeah, I do. And he goes, will you look on it? Is there a GM key on there? I said, yeah, there is. He goes, I got it. I go, what? He goes, well, I don't have keys to my truck.
He has one key to his truck.
So we got a
next day it tomorrow.
Tomorrow we're going to next day it. So, but anyway, he hasn't
been able to go anywhere.
He had another set of keys for the bike, and he said he would find those and send them to me. And then when he called, he goes, I've been looking for those keys for the bike, and he goes, and I found them, but I don't have a key for my truck. Yeah, he goes, is there a GM key on there? And I said, yeah. So we'll send it to him, but I wasn't going to turn around that point and go back.
Clean out the swamp. Okay. So Mellow Cat says, heck yeah. DS is not going to give up. It's good stuff. Let's clean out the swamp. Could the chemtrails be the cause of Hurricane Helene that we are still recovering from here? In my opinion, 100%.
Well, that was part of HARP. HAARP.
ARP.
So
What's that?
if you want to know what caused that, there's actually satellite stuff that shows you how HARP works, and that's like with the fire in LA and in Helena, Hawaii.
Oh,
So yeah, if you go down that little thing, in fact,
Lahaina.
where was it? Down in South America, it was like Argentina or somewhere, Brazil, somewhere like that. They had a HARP thing, and the people in the country went and destroyed it. And you never heard anything about it unless you were in the crap that I watched. So
here we go.
yeah, well, I missed you, Jason. I got a ton of stuff to tell you about.
Tim Baxley says, love the America First agenda.
Yeah.
If the climate didn't change, something would be very wrong because we live in a self-adjusting ecosystem.
Well, climate change is a hoax. The only climate change going on is being done by the Democratic Party and the military.
We did miss you.
Who said that?
Jason.
Jason said that? Where do you say that at?
No,
Must have
I
been.
just said.
Oh,
Jason.
no. I'm just teasing. I've only got about 5 hours worth of stuff to tell you. But anyway. Make him 3 copies first. Make who 3 copies? Jason?
Where do you see that? I don't know.
Johnny Combs at the bottom.
Make him 3 copies first.
If they'd mesh HARP
with more traditional Warden Cliff Tower technology, it would open a lot of doors on Windows.
Yeah.
Oh, make him 3 keys.
Oh.
You're talking about the guy that we got the bike from, yeah?
I'm not going to make any keys. I'm just going to send him his.
Yeah. It's been entertaining the last few weeks. Yeah, it has. Yeah, it has.
And you know, when you're over there in Quartzsite and you're a long ways away from home, and I mean, we're used to Mayberry RFD around here. You know how it is, Jason and man. And you get down there in Quartzsite, there's a bunch of old people, and they're just living out in the middle of the desert. You just got to wonder what's going on out there. And there were people dying out there, I guarantee you.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So
but that happens every year, though.
Yeah. Yeah, live your life and get blown up. I wouldn't want to be at the Super Bowl tonight.
Me either.
I wouldn't live my life at the Super Bowl live tonight. That's for sure. So things happen.
Cross information somewhere that they have at least 2 of those HARP systems that are ocean going.
We have one. There's a big unit up there in Alaska.
I'm still
and there's a couple other ones.
To quit dragging their feet and confirm cash and RFK. Yeah.
Well, see, they're putting cash off another. This is where the Republicans suck, because Republicans want to be, you know, they want to keep the old things and they want to do all the traditional stuff, and the Democrats on the committee can each hold it up a day. Well, they got 7 people on the committee, so they're holding it up for 7 days, and they're hoping for something to happen to get rid of cash, because he's going to clean the clock. He's already told them that.
And RFK needs to get in there to help us be healthier.
Yeah, but Cash said he was going to shut down the FBI and and send everybody home the first day, and the next day he was going to open the building back up as a museum to the deep state. So we'll see. I mean, I got to be careful what I say on here because they're really shutting people down right now.
So, Class A Living is learning Japanese, and he's moving to
She's
Japan.
all into him now.
He's moving to Japan
No.
to find himself.
No, he's going to buy land in Montana, and he's going to move Rusty the truck and Patches the motorhome, and he's going to move all that stuff up in Montana, and then he's going to Japan
to get him a woman.
To get him a Japanese woman.
Yeah.
And he's learning how to speak Japanese.
Domo arigato.
Yeah. And he's trying to teach it to all of his subscribers. So,
it's
I mean,
a beautiful country.
I mean, that guy,
for teasing.
He's got issues. He's got some bad issues. And then he got some guy to buy him headlights for Rusty, his truck. I mean, he smashed the dash out of the thing so he'd have more headroom. I mean, the guy's just crazy. I don't get it.
Yeah, I know they are, Bill, and it stinks because they act like we didn't know this was planned when we voted for Trump. A vote for Trump was also subsequently a vote for Elon, RFK, Cash, etc. True. The amount of fraud and waste being uncovered is treasonous. Right, you are.
Well, the biggest one is the Pentagon, and they're just going into that. I mean, of course, the Department of Education. That's another great thing that he wants to do. He wants to shut down the Department of Education and sell off all the schools and let independent companies purchase them, and then give all the parents vouchers, and they can send their kids to whatever school they want to, or they can keep the voucher themselves and keep them at home and homeschool. So, I mean, that's the way this is a free country. They should allow us to do that.
Anyway, back to Class A living. He just makes you feel so darn good about your own life. Anyway. But he did make a burrito again last time.
Yeah. A veggie burrito.
Of the Senate too, so that time that our senator's back to the will of the people. Yeah, I agree. Anyway, we're happy to be back. I had my doubts for a minute. Being sick and on the road like that is just no fun. Even though you've got your home with you, it's like you're rolling and rolling and rolling, and mile after mile of dumb drivers. It's just not equipped for it. Anyway. But it's been peaceful here since we got back. You know, we need to get with Mellow Cat and 2 eggs and do something fun somewhere. Too painful to watch Class A, Tim says. No, he wanted to go to Japan, right? Is that where he said?
He's not going to live there. He wants to go over there and fetch him up a girl and bring her back here and take her out in the middle of Montana and put her in that metal can.
Not to mention the constant change in temperature and humidity, which also affects your being sick. And the wind. I do think the wind played a big part in the havoc of people getting sick, too. Yeah, anyway.
I tell you, this phone is a disaster.
You have people to talk to.
Well, you were talking. I was giving you
such a teenager.
Look at what's that? Give period EA.
What schools would they sell? The feds don't own any.
Well, supposedly they're going to give them to the states or whatever.
Yeah.
We do this and then I'll be back.
So what's everybody been up to? Fast food plays a big part in your health.
Before goo come.
children, Jason says. You mean this?
Well, this is Scotty, the guy who built the house.
Tried to get a hold of him all weekend.
Well, I did.
You are right. You are correct. Fast food, and not even just fast food, but I mean the quality of the food that they sell us in the market. Lots of prepackaged stuff and pesticide sprayed produce and GMO, and and we're all paying for it.
You know what?
Generation is worse.
What it is this bottom row.
Tim Baxley said, watching the snowfall.
Ugh.
Playing with power tools. Mellow Cat. Plowing snow. What? We had 70 degrees, Terry said, here a couple of days ago. Now in a couple of days it's supposed to snow again. Yes, 100%, Tim says. Oh, and I apologize to you in advance, Darla, but I have to post this hashtag to keep pushing the point politically. Stand big balls. Hashtag. Hey, Jim Bertrand. I don't think you would have wanted to encounter us because, well, unless it was before the tent started, because we both got really sick.
Yeah, okay.
I hope that if you're still there that you escape it or have continued to escape it. Because it ain't no fun. As you well know, I'm sure lots of your friends have gotten sick.
Did you get married over there, Jim? Someone said you got married over there at Quartzsite.
5 foot 12 inches. Okay, John.
It's like my brother. That's how tall he is.
Messing with cement board. You are, Jason?
Yeah, we're going to get a trailer and come get that stuff, too. We were talking about that today and yesterday. So
out of your garage.
Get it out of your garage.
Yeah. At least do that.
I gotta rent a 12-foot trailer so we can get that stuff without breaking it.
Yeah.
Because our trailer is only 10 foot. Unless we cut it. You just cut it and break it.
Oh, why do you want to do that?
So it would fit in the trailer.
But then you don't have whole boards to use when you need to.
Well, you would still have
you have more mudding.
You just cut it at 8 feet, and then you'd have 8-footers and 4-footers.
I don't know. We were in Puerto Vallarta with New Bride during Big Tent Week. Okay. Jason says we'll have to get a molcajete here to go.
That last time that molcajete wasn't very good over there.
It's been definitely molcajete weather, though.
Yeah.
Well, congrats anyway, Jim Bertrand.
Yeah, congrats.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad you missed the tent because I think a lot of people got sick from that too.
It was.
You have to stagger joints anyway.
They had guys there selling ammo and like 200-round magazine clips and everything. It had some pretty cool stuff. We did get some bad news on our way home that our buddy James passed away on Christmas morning.
That we used to work guard one with at the tent.
Yeah.
I love that man.
And I had been riding him, and I think a few days before Christmas he responded to something I sent to him. And then he
passed away on Christmas Day.
I kept sending him stuff even when we were in Quartzsite, and I didn't get any responses.
As much as we miss him, we're very happy he's not suffering anymore.
And I did talk to the girl at the Guard One booth, and she said, "Oh no, he's fine. He's not fine, but he's still kicking." And I didn't. Obviously, she didn't know because Darla talked to his wife, so that's how we found out.
Yeah.
Sorry to hear that. Yeah, he was a great guy. You know, he's one of those kind of guys that, he was just. It was a blessing to have known him, and then we got to spend 5 years, 6 years with him in the tent over there. So, wait, Bill, is that?
No. This was James that worked for Guard One. He was our supervisor whenever we worked the tent and were recruiting people for gate guarding.
The big
West.
Texan guy. Yeah.
James was such a nice man. I like the coats he got you guys.
Yeah.
They were nice. They played an integral
and we
part
put
into
economic refugees over it.
Over their patch.
Yeah, because we wanted to be able to use those coats. And
they were too good not to.
And we didn't want to.
He bought those coats with his own money. So.
Yeah, we didn't want to have to just
represent them.
We didn't want to represent them in the booth. So now we're representing us. So what's funny is we haven't done anything in a month with this channel. Yeah. And we've been getting.
I think we got 13 subscribers in a week.
People subbing
which is
us.
A lot for us.
We really thought we were going to go over there and do a bunch of things, and I had some neat. Of course, thing is, our friends are all stealing our ideas. Tigners, the doggy thing. They stole the doggy thing in the
they
tent.
Didn't do a video though.
No, well, I don't care. It didn't matter. At this point, we wouldn't have been able to do it anyway.
Yeah, Tim Baxley, James Wanderlust Estates. He doesn't do videos anymore.
He actually put out a video today.
It was,
but it wasn't something with him. It was he's still hooked on them old GMC motorhomes where they don't have toilets and refrigerators and they don't run. And some guy come out with a song. I don't know whether it was him singing or who, but it sounded like on the chalkboard. So
I'm glad you got rid of Humana, Wes. I think you'll be happier depending on what you went with. I don't know. But yeah. Humana's no bueno.
What is?
The insurance.
Is that what Wes is talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
I went to the doctor the other day and she didn't do anything. She told me to take gabapentin, which, man, those things turn me into a zombie.
Hurts like it does because he's got a pinched nerve. And so it's like creating like tennis elbow. Yeah. And I don't know what to do for it. He did get a $450 TENS machine at the tent, so.
Only so I could at least stand.
But he hasn't used it since we got back.
Yeah, I have.
You have?
Yeah, sitting right there.
Well, that doesn't mean you
I just got to use it again. I will. Today
and we lost the remote control for our little heater thing. He doesn't know where that went.
I think you lost it. That's where it went. Because it was sitting on top.
I don't know how stuff can get lost in this motorhome. There's not that many places something can go. I feel like it got wound up in a blanket and.
Wait until we have that mansion going over there.
I don't know.
That's going to be crazy. Anyway. My motorcycle's in the house. It's in our bedroom over there.
Well, the shed's not equipped for that.
Yeah, I got to get the shed rolling here. I'm going to build a ramp, so I'm actually going to work on bikes again for a while. I think we'll see how it goes. I got to try to empty that storage out and get everything over here somehow, and I'll probably have to buy like a little metal storage thing, and I'll just put all the stuff that I don't care.
Now, people Laurel, come no, not James from Wanderlust Estate.
No,
this is James that we worked with through Guard One. He was one of their employees. He was a supervisor, and we worked with him during the big tent.
When do we move into the new house? Well, here's the plan. As soon as we can. We've been home a week, and I've been trying to get a hold of people.
Hi, Desert Schooner, by the way.
Yeah, trying to get a guy that's going to do the cabinets. And he sent a kid that works for him over here with a computer, but he couldn't find any information or anything. He couldn't
find us in the computer at all.
So I talked to him yesterday, and he said that he'll probably be here. He'll be here in the morning. And then I've been trying to get a hold of Scotty. I tried calling him, and then
the guy who built the house.
Yeah, and then I texted him, and because I got the stuff to do the water lines, and I like to I'd like to get the mini split in. I'd like to get that done, get the electrical and the water lines done, and then if we have enough money, we'll do the insulation, and then we got to go to Kentucky and do fireworks, and then when we get back, we'll be able to probably it'd be almost done then, because with Jason and Amanda help them with the drywall and stuff, and then we just got to get the roofing and get.
They said they would oversee.
Well, no, I'm not.
He says when the drywallers finish.
We're going to get someone to do that. We're not. I'm not going to be able to do it, so we'll have to. I'll work on motorcycles. If I can work on motorcycles, then it won't be a big deal to me, because I can do that. I'm just not going to do. If somebody wants me to pull an engine out of their bike or something, they're going to have to come over and help me lift it out, because either that or tear it down, tear it down in the frame, the motor, and build it in the frame. But it doesn't matter either way.
Well, Wes, I'm glad that you got rid of Humana.
Yeah, now get a really big
when I first,
problem and you don't have nothing.
No, he's got. When I first signed up with Medicare,
she messaged you, me. Who was that? Is that Taylor Swift?
I don't know. It was mad. When I first signed up with Medicare, I had Humana because everybody's like, "Oh no, that's really good." Anyway, I was fortunate in that I could switch out of it.
What do I have? Philadelphia
American. Yeah.
So that's another thing. Where's my tinfoil hat? Anyway, the Democrats are talking about how Trump's trying to end Social Security, and they're already finding hundreds of billions of dollars missing. So who's been in charge of it up to this point?
Yeah.
They're just all slush funds. That's every government thing is a slush fund. We need about 5% of the workforce in the government. And we need to send all these senators and all these old folks home and get some decent people into office. And then we'll have a great country. Once we get everybody that shouldn't be here out too. I mean, there should be an option for people to be able to come into this country, but legally. No more of this sneaking in and then getting on the dole. That's over with. Because a lot of you guys out there, I know some of you are older and some of you are younger, and when you're in the system, it's get by money is what it is. It's keep you alive and get by and do things to you is what they do. And
good night, Sunny Day Pearl. Thanks for joining us.
There's Pepper Wayne.
Hey, Wayne.
How you doing, Wayne?
United Healthcare Supplement has served me well. That's good to hear, Phil. Like I said, we have Philadelphia American. It's not very well known. And I'm probably looking to change that because it's covered less this year and gone up. Our premiums have gone up. So anyway, I don't know.
Yeah, the bad thing for me is I have a drug plan, and it used to cost me for my insulin. It cost me about $130 a year, and now that they've changed Mickey Mouse around with all the laws, it's $35 a month, and my insurance doesn't cover anything.
Yeah.
So I end up paying, $400 and some a year, which I never had to pay that much before.
We're better now, Wayne. I know you got sick when you were there too, or when we were there. Didn't he get sick too?
Yeah, I think didn't I give you some
ivermectin?
I gave you some ivermectin, right?
That stuff kicked our butt real bad.
We were only doing it once a week, and then when it got real bad, every day.
Yep, and that sucked. Yes, you did, he said. Jason said, so got a nice 45 ACP the other weekend. Oh my.
Oh yeah.
But the good thing is that
Mute.
things.
I don't want to hear about your firepower.
Yeah. Well, I think we've gone full
Yeah.
circle. We appreciate that you guys tuned in. I really didn't think with the football game that there was going to be even as many as popped on here.
Yeah.
So we appreciate that you did that.
Yeah,
especially after we've been gone for a month.
Believe me, it has not been. We would have much rather have been well and done lots of videos.
I mean, we didn't make any videos. I think we made one video.
We made that tour.
That was it.
And that was it. That's the only thing. That was the
no lives, no nothing. We were going to interview Mike and couldn't do it.
Couldn't do it. We had we had the satellite internet, Starlink. We had that available to us.
Thank you, Ron and Lisa and Wendy and Will.
We could have done lives because we had that there, but we
couldn't put a sentence together to save our lives.
We were sleeping. Couldn't stay awake long enough to do anything.
Muted from the host. Say it isn't so. Prepper Wayne, screw football. Thanks, Mountain Laurel.
Yeah, I don't watch football anymore either.
Football game.
But Wayne, I did get a Harley. I bought a Harley yesterday, so
not worth watching now.
So now I'll be able to do some how-tos on motorcycles too, if people are interested in that.
So I guess
that I know really
commercials. We'll have to catch up on those. I'm sure they'll be all over the internet.
Yeah.
Anyways, guys, thank you for joining us.
Glad you got to see us.
We are, because we thought we were going to die.
Yeah. Quitting watching football, NFL, when they went political. Yeah. I quit them when they were striking. That's what got rid of me. So.
Thanks for the comment. Thanks all you all that tuned in and commented, and
yeah, we appreciate you guys doing that, and appreciate you sharing our channel and liking us and
not forgetting about us, even though we've been MIA.
Yeah. So we don't want to.
Stay healthy, guys. Stay healthy.
Yeah. Be good.
Good night.